As of the making of this video, it's December 29th, 2019, and I'm looking at the year to come in the WWE, 2020. New opportunities, new set of pay-per-views to watch, new superstars to be made, perhaps. And I think to myself, in totality, what is there to look forward to in the WWE for the main roster in 2020? I look at Raw, I look at SmackDown in their current states right now. Raw coming off their quote-unquote Christmas episode, even though it was December 23rd, that show got like a 1.8 rating, like the joint lowest, holiday episode or whatever in WWE history, something like that. Like, just records that you don't want to be breaking if you're the WWE. And then you have SmackDown, which featured Braun Strowman dancing, which was just absolutely nauseating. You had like 8 segments with Baron Corbin. Corbin and Reigns took more of a priority than the Universal Championship number 1 contendership. It was an awful show. So I take that body of work and I look at 2020. What could we get from the company in 2020? And I did some thinking. So in today's video, I'm just going to talk to you guys about what you have to quote unquote look forward to from Vince McMahon's company in 2020. So more than likely, now this is kind of just predictions and speculation, but genuinely this is what they're probably going to do. Royal Rumble 2020, Roman Reigns is going to win the Royal Rumble match. You're going to have The Fiend as Universal Champion heading into WrestleMania after he beats Bryan. At WrestleMania 36, more than likely, you're going to have Roman Reigns defeat The Fiend Bray Wyatt clean in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3, probably after 5 spears or 10 spears or something like that. So Reigns is going to win the Universal Championship, and then we're going to get a whole summer on SmackDown of Roman Reigns versus King Corbin for the Universal Championship. Oh, hand me the bleach. I can't. Reigns and Corbin right now, it's been some absolutely nauseating garbage, from the dog food to the Chihuahua dog, the mascot and everything that came along with that. It's been awful. So to think that there's more of a chance that this is going to continue in the fall of 2020 and the summer of 2020, I could not look forward to it any less. So that's SmackDown. And you might say, oh, well, Raw's good. It's got some upcoming talent. Andrade, Aleister Black, Cedric Alexander, Humberto Carrillo. Like, there's some talent there. Seth Rollins is a heel. Kevin Owens. Like, there's stuff to watch. And to that I say, Raw is 3 hours. What we've seen from Raw after the season premiere, where Paul Heyman's been the executive director of Raw, from what we've seen in this 3-month span, we've got Lana, Rusev, Bob Lashley being the primary storyline on Monday Night Raw. It's been absolutely god-awful, nauseating garbage. We've seen Kevin Owens, who was off TV for a month after he took out Shane McMahon on SmackDown. He was just randomly put over to Raw, and then he was just all of a sudden the top face, just out of nowhere. And then Seth Rollins, quote-unquote, turns heel, so he's with the AOP, which they have their moments, but on the whole, like, why? Is it the fans' fault that Rollins is with the AOP? Why the AOP? Is it because he wants to make it the Shield and have them be his hounds of justice? If you're going to say that, if you're going to actually do that, come out and say it. Tell us. Have some clarity. Have Rollins say, my goal is to become the Universal Champion once again. I'm going to shove it in the face of the fans. I've got my hitmen to weaken out my opponent. These 2 guys are by my side. Like, anything. Instead, it's just, the fans, and I've now got Akam and Razor by my side. Like, it makes no sense. So heading into 2020, what's there to even look forward to on Raw? Like, I did some thinking about what we could get in the future, and I was just baffled. I don't know what they can do on Raw. Like, I know what they can do, but realistically, like, what are they going to do? Because if you guys watched the WrestleMania 36 video, which is doing pretty well, to be honest, if you watched that video, you saw what I would have done, where you have Aleister Black and The Fiend, which would be sick. Is the WWE going to do that? Is Vince McMahon going to put Aleister Black in a marquee match at WrestleMania? God, no. Aleister Black, knowing the company, he's going to flounder in 2020, probably win the United States Championship, probably have rematch after rematch after rematch after rematch with Buddy Murphy, Andrade, take your pick, just all these mid-carders, Akira Tozawa. It's just going to be Aleister Black having these matches over and over. And I don't find that fun to watch. I think Aleister Black, if you put him in genuine storylines, Like, you get a little bit creative. You have 44 writers in this company, or however many you have, and the fact that they can't think of one good storyline for Aleister Black. The thing with Buddy Murphy, it was pretty simple. It worked. The match at TLC was good. I'm sure the match on Raw tomorrow night will be pretty good, but realistically, like, what's my investment? What are they fighting for? Because the first time was kind of cool. It was like, oh, pick a fight with me, whatever. Now it's just like, oh, they're having another match. Like, it's Aleister Black. You saw what he did in NXT with the whole, like, say my name, Velveteen stuff. Like, that was fun. That was engaging. Just anything. Use your brains. You have so many writers. And the best content we get is Aleister Black beating a jobber in 15 seconds and Buddy Murphy beating a jobber in 10 seconds and then Aleister Black kicking Murphy. And that's all done in 5 minutes. And that's their contribution to a 3-hour show. Like, what is that? Seriously, this company can't be this inept, but they are. So, that's Monday Night Raw. And you look at it in totality again, like Seth Rollins. Like, what is the direction for Rollins in 2020? I can't see because knowing the company, they'll rush the match with Owens at the Royal Rumble, and then what? What's Rollins doing at WrestleMania? Because he's not going to fight CM Punk. Punk isn't coming out of retirement, like, anytime soon. Like, what is there for Seth Rollins as a heel? Like, who are the faces on Monday Night Raw? Kevin Owens, like, alright. He's been booked on TV prominently for, like, 5 weeks. That's your key face on Raw. Owens has been booked for 5 weeks. This is why, if you actually booked Aleister Black with a bit of conviction and, a bit of character, him being the top face of Raw, Kevin Owens being a top face, you could build some more factions, actually make teams legitimate, getting wins for different factions and really having them clash together, storylines in the mid-card. That's another thing this company just won't do. Storylines in the mid-card. I mentioned Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy. That was super simple, but you can just do fun stuff that isn't cringeworthy. The mid-card storylines, there are none. It's just Humberto and Andrade. And, like, what's the storyline there? Like, they're both like, Hispanic? Like, what is that? Like, that's not a storyline. It's just, like, Monday Night Raw is garbage. And to think that we're going to have a whole year going into 2020 of Monday Night Raw being like this. And it's probably going to get worse. Matter of fact, as I said, I was doing some thinking. Vince McMahon in 2020, picture this. After WrestleMania season, Vince McMahon will be doing the XFL and doing all the business side of that and, being like the face of it for literally 15 to 20 hours per day. He will probably have an hour's sleep a night and dedicate like an hour or two to the WWE. So that means he'll book Raw, rushed, and like literally half asleep. He'll book SmackDown, rushed, half asleep. So the shows we're going to get on Monday and Friday nights are going to be absolute bottom of the barrel trash. And to think that we have to sit through that for literally, after WrestleMania season, 9 months. Like, that's awful. That's daunting. And as I've said, the ratings right now, with Vince McMahon primarily focusing on the company, on Raw, it was like a 1.8. And don't use the excuse it was Christmas. No, it wasn't. It was the 23rd, December 23rd. What are you doing on December 23rd? Are you having a family dinner then? Like what? Like, if you watch the product, you're gonna watch on December 23rd. If it was Christmas Eve, that's a different thing. But it's just so underwhelming. And like the way they use talent as well. I said it with the mid card. I said it, and also the tag team division, the women's division. It's just total misuse of talent. The company is so inept at booking these people, and to think that 2020, I dare say it's gonna be the worst year in the company's history. That's my prediction. I don't think it's that bold, to be honest, because we've seen how bad this company's been in the past few years. Like, 2017 was just trash. 2018 was... I didn't think it could get worse than 2018. 2018 was absolutely god-awful. 2019 has been just... Oh my god, it's been just one of the hardest years to sit through. Like, I had a little hiatus from like mid-2018 through 2019. I started watching again around May, and so I've watched this like last 8 months of this year, and oh my god, it has been absolute trash to watch. Like, sitting through these shows is just diabolical, because the company clearly doesn't care. It's like Vince McMahon is doing his best to kill this company on his way out. He's clearly probably going to focus on the XFL, as I said, and Raw and Smackdown are going to get left in the dust. See, the pay-per-views themselves, at least let them be good shows. Like, the amount of talent on this roster, there's no reason why all the pay-per-views in 2019 were mediocre at best. 2019 has just been mediocre. 2020, if Raw and SmackDown shows are going to suck, at least give us great pay-per-views. You've got the talent. There is no excuse. All the pay-per-views should be like the ones from late 2018, where you had Hell in a Cell with 5 great matches, where you had Evolution, which was a bunch of fun women's matches, where you had, not Crown Jewel, just forget Crown Jewel. You had Survivor Series with, some really fun, like 4-star matches. TLC had 2 5-star matches. This year, there's not been one great pay-per-view. And in 2020, I don't know where the great pay-per-views are going to come from. And as I said, as much as this roster can be great with these shows, I don't see where it's coming from. Because the storylines are non-existent, the tag team division on both shows are non-existent, the women's division, non-existent, the mid-card division, non-existent, the main event is completely subpar. On SmackDown, as I said earlier, it's going to be Roman Reigns and King Corbin most of the year, because who else do you have on SmackDown? Braun Strowman, you can't use him as the main eventer anymore, because he was dancing, shaking his hips to the New Day a couple of days ago. And what about for other big heels? Are you going to have Dolph Ziggler as the main heel on SmackDown again? Like who is there on SmackDown? Like, The Fiend, once Reigns beats him at WrestleMania, where to from there? You tell me, where's The Fiend going to go after he gets beaten? Because that character, once he loses, he's screwed. Like, what can he do? Because all his credibility will go if he takes one loss. Daniel Bryan, he could be the top face on SmackDown. Is that going to happen? Hell no. You're going to have Roman Reigns win the title at WrestleMania 36, more than likely, and go off and feud with Corbin. Because those are the two guys who Vince thinks should feud for the title. Even though in reality, on SmackDown, it should be Daniel Bryan's the main face, and as a heel, build someone up. I don't know who. Like, if you had a brain, you'd have Robert Roode be like a superstar, dirty, brash heel. But that's never going to happen because his company's inept. You could have Mustafa Ali, really build him up, but they won't do that. Could have Shorty G. God, I hate that. Chad Gable. He could be a top face, but no, you're not doing that, are you? Cesaro. He could be a top heel or face. That won't happen. Shinsuke Nakamura. He could be a top heel or face. That won't happen. Like, literally, I just listed 5 guys off the top of my head who SmackDown and WWE could use as top guys. But will they? Hell nah. They're mid-card for life in this Vince McMahon company. And that's all I've got to say. I'll cut it there. In summary, Raw, SmackDown. If you think 2020 is going to be any better than 2019, I don't know what kind of, what you're drinking, what are you smoking, what are you inhaling to make you think that? Because based off what we saw in 2018 going to 2019, and what we're likely going to see in 2019 to 2020, there's absolutely no hope in sight. Let's hope WrestleMania 36 knocks it out of the park and gives us a great show. It could be a great show, but as I said, after WrestleMania 36, this company is absolutely screwed. I'm expecting probably 1.6 ratings around that time, because come May, June, July, September, October, November, what will there be to look forward to at this current rate with this company? So that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Comment down below what you expect to see in 2020. What do you want to see? If you're going to watch Raw and SmackDown every week, that kind of thing. Let's get a little engagement going in the comment section. Thanks for watching the video if you made it this far. Be sure to like, comment, and sub. You guys know the drill. Thank you for watching.